Hi, I'm Troy Turner,
Hello, I'm Sandra Turner.
and we're the owners of Right at Home. We started our agency in 2020, and we serve clients all over Northwest Indiana and Grand Rapids, Michigan. We got into this business not just because of being business owners, but we really got into this business because both Sandra and I started being caregivers to our own family members.
In 2018, I became my mother's caregiver, and I realized that caring for somebody that is fighting a battle with Alzheimer's is really a journey. I also realized how difficult it could be when I was trying to manage both her care and also work. And I realized how important it really is to have a support system that does include caregivers, such as our own caregivers. When something like that happens, you realize that life is really important and you should really live your life and live it well. And I wanted to do more. I wanted to be able to serve others. Ironically, Troy was looking for a business, and when we saw Right at Home come up, I realized that my professional life and my personal life were about to be basically on the same course. To be able to care for families that are in the same situation as me, but I also understand what our families need, and I understand what they're going through in that same journey that I went through with my mom. Now they're going through with their loved ones, and I want to make sure that I make that journey as absolutely as easy as possible.
My story of caregiving actually began years before I met Sandra. I was married for almost 25 years to a wonderful spouse named Stephanie, and she was diagnosed with breast cancer, and unfortunately I took over pretty much being a full-time caregiver the last few months of her life. I understand the perspective of a busy spouse trying to maintain a household, hold down a job while still taking care of, some of the most precious loved ones that we have, around us in our lives. After Stephanie passed, I set out to try to make a career change. I needed to spend a little bit more time around my family and my children, and ultimately discovered home care as an industry. I tell people all the time, I've done a lot of difficult jobs in my life, but there's no job that's been more difficult, but also no job that's been as rewarding as being a caregiver to a loved one. I decided that I wanted to help people, have a better experience through that journey, a less stressful experience through that journey, and also find ways to help educate and really change that process to make that journey a little bit better for the people that we knew and could touch. We just love being able to do that on a day-to-day basis.
If you would like to learn more, please go to the website below.